Legend of War here, and today we're doing another early game start for a difficult start position, this time covering the Golden Order. Now, the Golden Order starts off in a reasonably rich province, but the biggest problem with any Empire campaign is actually Mannfred, because Mannfred ends up destroying a lot of elect accounts and tanking your Imperial Authority, which is not good, especially in the early campaign, because it has a spiraling effect. If you can take out Mannfred before turn 10, you can prevent a lot of the elect accounts getting destroyed. Vlad is nowhere near as threatening as Mannfred, and it just allows you to keep your Imperial Authority in check. Now, the downside to this strat is that you may end up losing your initial start province, but you just have to weigh up which way you want to go about it. Now, if you want to take an easy approach, usually what I do, if we're not going to go after Mannfred, that is, I usually try to take Karak before Steingart, because otherwise they actually recruit here really quickly, and if you take that out, Steingart's easy. But even if you take out Karak and Steingart, you still have to deal with this settlement here, and it's kind of difficult to get around to there and get to them quickly. So we're not going to basically bother with that in this campaign. But the first thing that we want to do is defeat this army here. Okay. There's not going to be too much diplomacy in this guide here. It's pretty much all just battles. Now, in this particular battle here, it's okay if the army takes a little bit of damage, but just a tiny, tiny little bit. We really can't take much. And it's really important Gelt doesn't take much damage. So, however, we do have to put him at risk. So, keep the army back here. Buy us as much time to skirmish with them as possible. So what we want to try to do is get their Forest Spider Riders to charge into Gelt. They don't really do any damage to him, and if he pops down one Searing Doom on them, it basically wipes them out. But you just got to watch out for their Lord, because he tends to pop down a few of those vindictive glares, if you're not careful. So try and get a few shots off on the Forest Spider Riders first. Yeah, see, there he goes. But he also tends to hang back a bit. So yep, they come charging in on Gelt, which is exactly what we want. If we stand right here, the mortars will shoot at them as well. So you come over here, just try to get rid of this unit straight away. Just have Gelt kind of brace. Yep, he'll fall over, and then just hang on. See, when they go into melee with a single entity, they clump up around them. It's a perfect opportunity for mortars and Searing Doom. Now, ideally, that's all the damage we want Gelt to take in this battle. That guy's hanging back a bit. The next biggest threat are these Goblin Archers. So, still kind of have to put Gelt under a bit of danger every now and again. Oh, that looks like it's going to miss. Yeah, the AI is fairly good at dodging this every now and again. But luckily, it's a pretty cheap spell. Yeah, our mortars aren't doing a very good job. It's really important we just keep the casualties somewhat spread out. Gelt can take a little bit more damage, but no more really. Okay, these guys are back, but I don't think they're much of a threat now. And that fucker's coming over here. But yeah, you don't want to auto-resolve this battle. That's really important. But if you want to get a strong start, usually auto-resolves are out of the question. At least for the first few battles. Usually. Not always.
By my will alone. Sigma guides us. Great swords. Sigma calls.
Okay, definitely prefer to get rid of those goblin archers.
The ground quakes. Balthazar guilt. Prepare for combat. Mortar. Crossbows ready, General.
Actually, go shoot them. These guys here have more or less got this. Might do a little bit of damage to our only troops, but only by a little bit. And we can Plague of Rust them. Whatever, just do it. Like I said, a little bit of damage here and there is fine.
Crossbowman. Great sword. Yes, sir. Quickly.
Watch out for this guy, because he'll pop down Vindictive Glare on Gelt. And even though Gelt's got a fair bit of magic resistance, it's still not ideal. Alright, let's bring this guy over here. And a few shots into their lord should cause the army losses. Okay, hopefully this here doesn't do too much damage to our own troops. Yeah, they did try to do another one on Gelt. So far, reasonably spread out casualties. That's what we want to see here. Because we get a little bit of replenishment over the end turn, but only a little bit. So just run them off the battlefield. Doesn't matter if we don't wipe them out. Going for Gelt again. Yeah. Okay, the damage isn't too bad there. It's possible to do this battle without taking any casualties whatsoever, but Gelt ends up taking more damage, and it's really important that doesn't happen. Okay, there we go. Battle's won. Alright, let's kill this lord, because that'll be worth more loot money, and we're definitely going to need that. But like I said, it's not overly important to wipe out the entire army. Alright, this one here took the worst of it, but that's our worst unit, so if anyone was going to take a ton of damage, I'm glad it's that one. You might also be thinking, hang on, if he's going to take out Mannfred by turn 10, why is he fighting these guys? Don't forget, it's only turn 1, we'll get there. And it's only because these guys here they were right in front of us. So they'll get a new lord, but that's fine. This is their faction leader, so he'll come back. But he's not going to get any experience for this fight. And we'll get more loot money when you kill the lord. If you can manage to wipe out the entire army, do it. Because I'm not going to pursue them in this situation here. You'll see why in a moment. Come on. Just shoot him. Good. Decisive victory, so that's the maximum amount of experience we're going to get. Pretty sure we wiped out this one. But the gobos, they don't matter too much. It would have been good if we wiped out them. It's actually kind of good if you leave them alone, because then they don't replace them with better units. And take this because we really can't afford to have lower replenishment rate.
It is best to move.
That's good. Can't make use of it, but whatever.
You summon me.
So yeah, what I would have normally done was attack this and then move to Karakiran, but in this situation, what we're going to be doing is actually moving straight to Steingart. Now, we've got to level up. It is important to put 1 point into Route Marcher, or else we're not going to get to Sylvania in time. But we don't have to do it on this level up. This will allow us to cast Searing Doom faster in the next battle. But before I put that point in, let's get over here. Because we'll get another level up after beating this battle, and we need to put Route Marcher in then. Alright, now we don't want to auto-resolve this. Once again, just try to take minimal casualties. Keep this guy out of it completely. Make sure that Gelt takes absolutely no damage whatsoever in this. So there's a pretty good chance that Gelt can get all of his health back. It doesn't matter if he's a little bit damaged next turn. Because next turn, guess where we're going? Straight to Sylvania. But that's not a simple affair. We gotta make sure we do it correctly. Okay, so this one comes over here. They don't have any missile units, so you just go harass them. Same thing with you. But the gobbos can catch up to him, so keep your distance. And this one here. Keep it in reserve, it's had enough damage.
Take the ground! Quick march! Moving now!
So shooting at the Orc boys is an obvious choice here, as opposed to gobbos with their 55% missile block as opposed to 35%. Plus their, higher value unit. Having these guys go around the back here, having someone chase them is also a pretty good idea.
Yes, General.
So yeah, knocks off about 9 seconds off the cooldown. I'm very happy with that cast. Cool. And yeah, if we got just the Orc boys chasing us, we can outrun them. Speed 31, speed 34. Yeah, we can outrun them.
Formation march. What? Formation march. I am supreme.
Now, like I've said before, the AI can dodge it, but sometimes they don't. They don't even try to dodge vortex spells. Shooting into the gobbos is fine. Main thing here is just dish out some damage. Even if it's not necessarily good damage. Whoops. I didn't want them to go into melee. But it's okay, it can take a little bit of damage. Yeah, it's fine. In fact, start coming over here, I need you to finish this off. Alright, took 2 casualties. He should still recover over the end turn. 3 casualties. Should still be fine. But that was silly. That may have been... Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. But what we've done here is we've split their army up all over the place. They're not coming at us as a cohesive force. Not that this was a particularly difficult battle in the first place, but it's about taking no damage, because we're not going to get loads of recovery. We need to be at full strength for what we need to deal with. You know, in a couple of turns we'll be fighting Mannfred. That wasn't a great cast. Okay, we should be able to break that one pretty easily. Good, they're still going after the Outriders here, which is stupid because they can't catch me. Good, broke them without them doing any kills, which is good. Yeah, have the Goblos chase after us, that's fine. And they dodged us, but that's okay, they turned their back on us, and even though we didn't get the cast on them, we're still shooting them. Get rid of these orc boys before the gobos come back. That'd be awesome. Okay, they don't try and dodge you if they're broken. Of course, if I casted it wrong, that doesn't help either. It was okay. You still got the cast off. I really want the cavalry to actually come over here and run them down, but by the time I get over there, they'll have rallied. Why is he putting so much effort into such a small battle? If we want to do this, what we want to do, then yeah, we kind of need to. You know, a lot of people would just auto resolve and be like, yeah, what does it matter? But then, of course, their empire falls to pieces when their imperial authority goes to shit. And they're like, I don't know what I did right, I won all my battles. Sometimes you gotta be really ambitious, and in order to be ambitious, you've gotta put in the effort. You know, putting in a lot of effort in the first 10 turns can save you a lot of heartache for like 50 turns dealing with Mannfred. You know, when he's 25,000 armies to recruit. Okay, army losses should be any moment now. There we go. Ah, they took a casualty. That's okay. Just stop. They're all dead. Alright, we should recover whatever damage we took here in a single turn by occupying the settlement. So 4 casualties. Because yeah, you're not going to get that in auto resolve. In fact, it might nearly wipe out the spearmen. Which, we need every single troop that we can get. Now, obviously, melee infantry are garbage, but I just need everything that we can get, because we're not going to get a whole lot of time for recruiting. Alright, just occupy it. Don't sack and occupy. Actually, if you sack it, you won't be able to occupy it. Okay. And, oh, close. Gelt looks like he'll be fully replenished, but this guy here, I just put him in too much danger in that first battle. That's okay. If anyone was going to be a little bit damaged, it's fine that it's him. Alright, now we're definitely going to need Route Marcher, because next turn we need to beeline over here. What we want to do is recruit a bunch of archers. Not Free Company militia. We need them to be able to arc their shots, because there's going to be a bunch of siege battles that we need to do. And in all honesty, the archers, we can just do better with archers. Then what we want to do is demolish this, because we need to build walls there. That's not going to apply in time. Like, it won't give us an extra recruit slot now. So just switch over to this. And we want to recruit a huntsman general here. Yeah. Huntsman general. Because he's coming with us. Then at Fort Seoul, we want to recruit a... Let's have a look. This Archlector... yeah, let's recruit this noble one here. We can make use of him later maybe. Now, the reason why we recruit him is because this army always attacks Fort Seoul on turn 1. If you don't recruit him, it's like most of the time you'll win the auto resolve, but I have seen it fail. If you recruit a lord in there, 100% of the time he wins every time, and it wipes out that entire faction, just gets rid of them entirely. So you'll be disbanding him next turn. Now, we don't want to be doing any global recruitment because we're not going to be here next turn. We can't hire any regiment of renown. We don't have access to the Eldred's Guard just yet. So that's all we need to do so far. Pop down for extra ammunition. Normally I would go with tithe rebates, but honestly public order is going to be irrelevant in Sylvania. What we really need is freaking ammunition, as much as we can get. As for these guys here, can't peace out with them. There's basically no diplomacy that we can really do in this early stage here. Can't really do anything. You can check. Sometimes, you never know, something might happen. Seems unlikely though. You know, nobody's gonna want to trade. That's something. Okay, whatever.
Greetings, my no, sir.
Because you do start off with wine, but nobody wants any of it. Okay, cool. Nothing else we can do. Oh yeah, apart from this, you pop that down there. And we move on to the next turn. And then we begin the actual difficult part of the campaign. Yep, usually Vlad ends up taking the moot on turn 1. Don't worry about it. They always attack, and you always get an auto-resolve victory. And it's really important to auto-resolve... I said previously, you should fight all these battles manually. But this is actually one of those occasions where you actually don't want to fight this manually, because it won't wipe them out if you do it. Because if you don't wipe them out, then they'll be fucking back again in a couple of turns with a bigger, stronger army. So just get rid of them. Yep. And then get rid of him. I only needed him for that one battle. Okay. And with an almost full strength army, let's go. We want to force march to here. And bring this guy with us.
Keep the pace.
Okay, I encountered the von Karstein, but they are very unlikely going to attack you in the early part of the campaign because they're still fighting Stirland. Stirland hasn't really lost any of their forces yet. You've got a bit of time before they're going to be super aggressive against you. We want to build that there. And that's really all we can do. I know I'm trespassing on their territory, but they'll get over it. Whistleland over here. Try to get a trade agreement as soon as you can, but it's not essential. I mean, like I said, I do have wine. Could join their war. No, if you join any of their wars, the faction will beeline to it. Unless, hang on, what about Broken Nose? They usually end up dead. Nah, just don't bother. Okay, moving on. This is why we needed the extra campaign movement range, so Gelt can actually reach Castle Tempelhof. Not next turn, but the turn after. Sylvania declares war on Ostland and Ostermark. That always happens on turn 3, at least as far as my tests have confirmed. Yep, you're never going to be able to do this, so just do nothing. Okay, now here's the bit that's usually like, it makes me wish I wasn't doing this exactly. But we force march through Vlad's territory right to here. Okay, Vlad's not there. He usually goes to the moot and then goes back to Schwarzhafen. This one here, move him up to here. Okay. Now, there should be an army in there. Yep. And it should be a Strigoi. They'll move that Strigoi to here, and Mannfred, which is in here, should move to Tempelhof. What we do is we bypass Obersteyr with both of these armies, then declare war. Don't worry about Fort Obersteyr. We attack Tempelhof with Mannfred in there, and of course the vampire counts when sitting inside of a settlement. That's the easiest time to get them. Gonna take some attrition. Can't really do anything about that. Not worth getting into in camp stance. We can win with what we've got. So, that should be the Strigoi. As I've said before, within the first 5 turns, everything's fairly predictable. Yep. And Mannfred is sitting inside Tempelhof. Okay. Then what we do, we've got enough movement to get here. We bypass that. Because if you declare war, you've got to get past the zone of control. This guy needs to force march here.
Step to it.
What?
Hello, Mannfred.
Does the Heldenhammer know?
Turn 4 declaration of war. And now we fight. Now, the biggest concern in this battle is actually the bats. Because what they can do is actually fly out and try to get your artillery. Be very careful of that happening. Now, the reason why we've brought this lord over here, can you guess? His job is actually to kill Mannfred. We get rid of Mannfred. He can't use any Hex. He won't be using any Spirit Leech because he's going to have way more magic than what we've got. Okay, and this artillery, its job is just to take out the fort tower. There's no blind spots here. Actually, you know what you could do? Why don't we do this actually? Usually I end up destroying one section of tower, but because they have no range units, but then the bats come down. No, I've done this this way. It's just more predictable this way. And that's what we want. We don't want to be taking too many risks. So what we want to be doing is blowing up that tower there. Watching out for this one here. And this is why we needed Gelt to not have too much damage, because he's got to tank this at least until the other hero arrives. These ones just be ready to shoot bats at a moment's notice. If the bats do start coming over here, take these guys off the mortars and put them in amongst the melee infantry. Now, you can move up closer, which will make the mortars more accurate, but it'll also increase the chance that the bats will come at us, which, you know, just gotta gauge what you want to do. Because the thing is as well, is if the mortars take damage, then you're not going to be able to use them in the next siege as well. Because every mortar that you lose, it's not going to do as much damage to towers. But yeah, mortars are pretty fucking bad at taking out towers, but they should have enough ammunition. We only need them to take out the towers, that's it. Don't worry about doing any Searing Dooms just yet, because anything that we do to them, Mannfred's just going to heal it. So that's why we got to snipe Mannfred straight away, before he has a chance to use any magic. Oh, crap. That being done. Okay, I'll just need to reform that.
Crossbows ready, General.
Okay. Usually the bats will come at you if you move the artillery too close.
Ready! Take the ground! We obey! Take the ground!
You want to stay within this zone of control here as much as possible. It's firing at me.
At speed! Crossbowmen! Quick march!
Bow before me!
You don't need to move Balthazar Gelt back and forth, but it does help to reduce the amount of damage he'll take from the tower. And I don't want this guy to get any closer, because he's stalking, so you have to get in close before they can see him. And if you get in close, the bats might come at him.
We are Sigmar's heirs.
It's really important to just do these things one little bit at a time. Yeah, we've definitely got enough ammunition to take out the tower, even if they're being inaccurate. Just let them do their thing. And they're getting a bit of damage in on them as well, so that's good. Some shots are going to hit. There's nothing you can do about that. Okay, looks like I only took minimal casualties from that other tower. Okay. Alright. That's kind of the hard part over. Kind of. Alright, now the next thing is Mannfred. Time to snipe him. So Mannfred usually sits up around over here. Snipey time. Now, he'll heal himself, and this guy here might not actually have enough ammunition to kill him completely, but he'll do a ton of damage to Mannfred. And of course, Mannfred can only heal so much. But yeah, we don't want to use up this ammo here, because they're not great against single entities, because they're just not as accurate. So... Now, funny thing is, you can win this battle without bringing this guy, but fuck does he make it a lot easier. Does cost you a bit of extra money, but since you brought a fairly small army, you know, I'm still in the green. So yeah, Mannfred can't heal much further. And we've still got this as well. But Mannfred has tons of winds of magic, because he starts off with an arcane conduit and plus 30 winds of magic reserves. So doing any damage to these guys here, he can heal them heaps, plus he could use Spirit Leech and damage Gelt. So Best get rid of him before he does anything else. Plus, it'll provide leadership debuff on them. And our dude actually manages to kill Mannfred with 5 shots remaining. Good for you. Alright. Now, we have to use the mortars. And just sort of aim for the best spot that we can. Now, usually I would use magic first, but the reason why I want to use the mortars is because I actually want to get them off the battlefield. Because those bats... Like, this is our only piece of artillery, and if we lose that, we can't take Drakenhof. And they've already done their worth anyway, so... And I'm not going to send the crew into melee. So, no point having them here. It'd be a slight bounce of power loss, but... trivial compared to how much damage we've actually done with them. So yeah, if you're wondering, again, why I'm not sending Guilt in just yet, because I just don't want to trigger the bats in just yet. Okay, cool. That's all I want that guy to do. You may drop that and leave. That way we just don't put them at risk. Okay. We've got a bit of area out here that we can stand without having to worry about the towers shooting us. Now, with these ammo here, we absolutely must kill the Vargulf. But we have to lure it over here somehow. Okay. Now, funny thing is I can actually cast over here, but I shouldn't. Because yeah, if Guilt can't reach it, he'll just cast it anyway. So yeah, just aim for the infantry with Searing Dooms, and we'll just see how much we can get. You want to try to shoot the ones that are standing in front of, or behind the gate, because that's actually where they're least likely to dodge from. If I shot at this one here, for example, they usually try to move out of the way. So, decent amount of winds of magic. Another thing is, if they put damaged units up on the wall, because we've got the Solid Rune Fang, we can actually cause them to possibly start crumbling. So yeah, they don't have enough time to get out of the way. If we can get that one over here, we can shoot it. The reason why I went for it that time is because there was 2 units on top of each other. So they get stuck. They couldn't dodge in time. It's okay to use it on zombies, because it does a ton of damage to them. But ideally, you want to be going for the skeletons. Now, with this last bit of ammunition here, I don't want to use him on the Vargulf, because the Vargulf can regen. We want to just offload all of our ammo onto it really quickly, so it doesn't get a chance to regen at all. But I guess I could use this. Yeah, it does a bit of damage. It's good. Another reason to bring the Huntsman General. They're really good to bring in the early game. But Legend, what do I do if I don't have that DLC? It's a shit DLC, but just get it. This strategy doesn't work without it. But the thing is, a lot of the like really good early game strategies require you to have the DLC. For various factions. I mean, with the Marathi one, we use the Supreme Sorceress and the Masters, so that's 2 different DLCs needed for that. Okay, let's move up a little bit, and what I'd like to see... I actually want these bats to try to land on Guilt, but we have to get in fairly close. No, they don't want to do it. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, we haven't done enough damage to these. Hang on, look at that one. Yeah, that's close. That's really close. Alright, let's just get one load of archers over here. If I just do a little bit more damage, I might be able to get that one to start crumbling. Okay, never mind. Okay, there we go. That one's crumbling. Good. Alright. Let's get rid of some of these crypt ghouls. Okay, they're not firing that effectively there. Definitely want to keep an eye on those bats. Maybe if I come over this way, it'll be more effective. Good. Is that being affected by the rune fang? No, that's gone anyway. Because we might have to send our guys up on the walls, which is fine as long as we don't take too much damage. It's fine. Okay, that's pretty good there. Alright, good, that one's gone. Alright. Okay, we're back up to 30 wins, so... That was a bit... Oh, that was fine, but it looked like they could have dodged it. Okay. There's no grave guard to worry about. They still haven't sent this guy over here. I just don't want to walk past these towers. Because that's worth a ton of bounce of power. We can get rid of him really easily. But yeah, he has to come over here. Sometimes he will, sometimes he won't. Actually kind of dodge that a little bit. Okay, running pretty low on magic now. Now, if you're thinking, should we have put 2 points into Searing Doom instead of Root Marcher? That would be good to make this cheaper, but I also don't think we would have been able to attack this on this turn, which is really important. Because if you had a look at this guy here, he didn't make it. He would have had the same amount of movement as what Gelt has without the Root Marcher. Okay. Still, these guys aren't coming over. They'll be easy enough to beat with the great swords if you have to fight up on the walls. Or if it can just cause the army loss on them, because they're really low bounce of power value. I gotta get rid of all these guys. Can you use this up on the walls, but it's not as good as shooting them like right there. If I cast again, we're not going to get any more recharge rate. So let's just see what else we can do first while we're recharging. Alright, that's good. As long as the shots are all hitting, for the most part. That's what we want to see. Solid Rune Fang is active. Okay, cool. Let them crumble. Okay, they stopped crumbling. Shoot him again. I don't think that one's going to recover now. Alright, still got one more arrow of Akshi. So let's use it on them. It might also be a good idea not to use up all of the ammunition on the archers, so that we can use all of the... shit. Use them all at once to fire at this to kill it quicker. I don't want to shoot at these ones in the front here, because the crenellations will block a lot of our shots. No, wait and... actually, no, at 28 wins of magic, getting 2 extra points isn't going to make any difference here. Still going to be the same amount of costs. Okay, and we're shooting into their backs there, so that's good. Battle shouldn't be too much longer. We just need this guy to come over here, and then we can get him. Another thing I guess I could do is have him stand in front of there. I'll think about that, because if I'm moving over there with all the archers and then the bats come over there, that's going to be super annoying. Okay, the Solent Rune Fag isn't active on that one. Now it is. Okay, don't use up any more ammo. You come over here next. Gotta be real cheesy with this. Good. There's not that many more infantry remaining. If we get rid of all their infantry, then we'll be free to move around. Touched it a little bit there. Yep, but that fluffy boy does not want to come over here. It's mostly just zombies remaining. We can start thinking about bringing these guys up on the wall just to clear out the zombies. It's probably not worth it to waste our arrows on them. Especially if the crenellations are going to block the shots. That's it. Just crumble them away. Easy bounce of power. Okay, let's get Gelt over here. Maybe we can get them to crumble with the Solent Rune Fang. Do they have the faster, stronger enemies penalty? They should. If we put everybody here, they might get a little bit more scared, because we should have local superiority here. But they also may not consider it if... Yeah, they don't consider it if we're on, like, not on the same ground as them. It's just curious. Alright, we've got a couple more casts of this. Make them count. Okay, that one's gone. Okay, we can start moving over here. Hopefully this works. If I put these guys up here, they'll try to spot us, I think. Right, you go with them. I thought the fluffy boy was going to come over here. That's okay. You just stay right where you are there. I reckon we kill you and army losses will be true, because that's worth a ton of balance of power. Alright, it's too late. They can't do anything to us now. Let's hope we can shoot over this wall. Nope. Okay. Alright, well, it's only zombies, so these guys here shouldn't have any trouble. And I got the Solent Rune Fang ready to debuff them. Okay, I've got to angle it just right, but hang on, they're coming over here. Okay, maybe if we move back a little bit. Let's see if we can shoot him. Nope. Yeah, it's because this here provides a really big obstruction. We need to be shooting it from an angle. Alright. Well, we're starting to take control of the walls. Just make sure you don't go down. But I need them over here now. The archers, that is. Okay, got control of this, so we can walk past it. Now, Stay perfectly still. Ah, it's not ideal. I would like all of them to be able to shoot, but he's going down pretty quick. And there we go. That's what we wanted. Close victory, but pretty minimal casualties, and that's what we want to see there. And now that might be the last time we see Mannfred. No, we'll probably see him one more time. We'll see. Now, funny enough, that should be the toughest battle that we fight against Sylvania. Unless something goes wrong. Which it might. Okay, we can loot and occupy because, let's face it, it's going to be a revolt anyway. So, whatever. So, that'll help a little bit while we're here.
A successful foray. We're born to hunt.
Now, usually they recruit another lord over here. We need to be recruiting more of those. And we should put 2 points into Searing Doom, I think. Since that's pretty much what we're going to be using constantly.
Huntsman General.
Alright, and then we actually recruit...
Always had the upper hand.
just recruit another lord.
Huntsman General.
Don't worry too much about our finances, because we just need to really put the smack down on them here. Okay, don't worry about this too much. They might jump over here. They might go retake Steingart. They'll need a lot of force if they want to deal with the basic walls. But as I said before, this strategy may end up with this province being lost, but you'll end up with Sylvania, which is way better. And with Mannfred gone, your Imperial Authority is going to be much better off. Okay. So that's all good. Don't bother building anything here, because this settlement might get blown up by rebels. We didn't come here to conquer this province for profit. I came here to get rid of them. This is just our base of operations. Just hippity-hop our way over to Castle Drakenhof. Okay, moving on. But we need to take out their army there first, otherwise, you know, they're going to hit us in the back later down the track. Good, they recruited a lord there. Like I said, within the first few turns, everything's fairly reliable and predictable if you follow the steps correctly. Now, if all goes well, we might actually be able to auto-resolve these battles. Okay, so that's a bit different. They hired a few more units there than I'm used to. But that should be okay. So here's what we do. We besiege with guilt. Yeah, we should be able to auto-resolve these battles. Then you come... Get out of that stance. Push him out of the way.
Combat awaits. On the trail.
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
Then we should be able to just auto-resolve this. Probably don't want to fight it manually because of all the direwolves, and that's fine.
Another hunt, another trophy.
Just sack it.
Move. Let us begin.
Okay. Then move Gelt to here.
Moving off.
Track and trap.
Huntsman General.
Move you to there.
Keep the pace.
And
Huntsman
you
General.
finish him off. Should be, once again, an easy auto-resolve, but it's also a really easy manually resolve. In fact, we probably won't take any damage at all, so let's do that. Because the melee infantry is starting to take a bit of a beating. If we auto-resolve and they take even more damage, they're just going to get really weak. Because they're the ones taking the damage in auto-resolve. Alright, so your speed's 36, his is 50. Just be careful about that. Just keep him at maximum range.
Sir? Huntsman! Okay.
Okay, start bringing them in. Okay, I want the Outriders to be dealing with the Strigoi idiot. And we don't want the melee infantry taking any damage, because the archers didn't take any damage in the auto resolve. And these guys here, they'll recover most of their casualties when they occupy a city. The Gelt is going back to Tempelhof this time. This is why we needed 2 lords. One to attack this army, the other to reoccupy Fort Oberstyre after sacking it. Where the hell are you? Oh yeah, there you are. At the very least, get the Strigoi's attention and draw him away, because he can actually make it to the front line here if we're not careful. I need to get his attention. So now the cost on that's just 3 winds of magic, which is good. It's better than 4. I always find that this is a shit ability, just because of the range is really low. Okay, good. We got his attention. That's what we wanted to see. He can't make up his mind. That's fine. Might be better if we get them to target him. But also, I don't want them taking any additional damage. Because this is just going to get shredded. Come on. Want him to run back. Try to make it easier for him. If I go near him, he might turn around.
Very well.
They did. Dumbass. Okay, get them to shoot at him. Good. Alright, we got this. I don't think we took any casualties. Good. Again, you don't have to fight that manually. You can auto-resolve it. It should be okay. But why take chances? It's easy to do that. And we've still got to take Drakenhof, don't forget.
A successful sortie.
Yep. He's not getting any replenishment anyway.
We hunt
Yeah, he
our
can't
enemies.
make it back. Okay. Oh, actually, if I do this... No, he still can't make it to them. Alright, and you occupy there. Yeah, there's going to be a revolt. Balthazar Gelt force marches to Tempelhof. There will be a revolt, and that's fine. Okay, now... Gelt can't recruit, but this guy here can. Looking at this... Okay, so you want to keep an eye on whether or not Vlad is at the moot, because he might declare war on you and attack your heroes here. It's not that big of a deal. We need to be focusing on Mannfred, not Vlad, because you kind of don't really want to take out Vlad before turn 30, because, let's be real, everybody loves Isabella's trait, but what you want to do is take out Mannfred, and then put Vlad down. Just like, just sack the crap out of him and keep him besieged and wait until Isabella shows up. Problem is, though, everybody declares war on him, and then they just wait for you to lift the siege. So,
General.
it's up to you. Sometimes trying to get that trait's just not worth it, and the game just won't let you have it. But it is a very good trait. Alright, so with this one, I'm going to force march you to here.
Stay together.
Still going to take attrition, that's fine. So at this point here, he has no armies whatsoever. Absolutely none. Okay, this one here is going to be doing the recruiting.
Huntsman General.
Now, we could recruit another lord, but our money's... we're going to be fairly low, so let's not do that. Okay, let's go with Gehenna's Golden Hounds. Yep. And yeah, we didn't fully replenish. Don't worry about building this province up. It literally doesn't matter. We could prevent a revolt by untaxing it, but
We will not be
the revolt's not
overcome.
going to be a problem. So let's just deal with it. Okay. Yep, you should. Let's see here. %5 or 10%. He kind of needs a 10. Yeah, he kind of needs the 10% to be able to catch up with Guild. Next level up, you can go with the other one. I guess you could recruit another Huntsman Lord here if you really wanted to. But, you know, that's another supply line. So, I think we're fine with just this. Yeah, it's important to upgrade that. I find that Tier 2 is actually one of the most efficient tiers. Tier 2 and Tier 3. Because the AI underestimates it at this point. But when you start to build up to here, they send massive amounts of force to deal with it. And some of the defenses here are actually kind of shit. Like, Help Blaster Volley Guns, for example, just can't quite aim at it. At the various elevations correctly. So yeah, I usually find that to be the best. Alright, so this one's coming over to Steingart. I could recruit a lord here to try to stop it, but I don't really care if they take it back. You know, we've got walls here now. It's got 9 units. If I recruit a lord there's no regiment of renown I can recruit. There's no way in hell I can beat it. It was just part of the risk. Moving on. So good. Vlad didn't declare war on us. That's the only thing that I'm really concerned about.
Greetings in Sigmar's name.
Cool. Oh, what the fuck? What the hell? Yeah, we knew that was gonna happen. It's fine. I couldn't do anything about it. Sylvania. Yeah, whatever. It happens. Don't worry about it. Like I said, in this strat here, you're sacrificing this province to deal with the bigger prize. Honestly, that was pretty unlucky. That shouldn't happen, but yeah. This dwarf is a fuckhead. That's all I can say about him. We literally have the same enemies as... Oh, he's not... He pieced out with them. No way. Doesn't he start at war with them? Ugh, I don't know. Well, that's annoying. So they just sack it and left. Oh, they put the poop thing in here. That's only reduced income from this province. So, just leave it. Sorry, from that region. Not from the entire province. At least I think that's the case. Yeah, because they're still making okay money here. Yeah, it seems like that's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna get this guy here to attack it because it's on the way to Eschen. I don't want Gelt losing too much movement. He just stay here and reinforce because we need him to get to Eschen. So stand there. Yep, he still makes it. You can move back here as well, so you get some experience.
Advancing.
Huntsman General.
So,
Yeah, Gelt wouldn't have... So I don't think so. He wouldn't have been able to make it to Drakenhof, and that's fine. They will start recruiting units there.
Foes to track. Weapon tracker.
Just auto-resolve this one.
This is what we trained for! Captains are a burden.
That's a really good item. That should go to Gelt.
Supreme Patriarch.
Yeah, I mean, this one here's still pretty good as well. Yeah, no, go with that. Okay.
Do not waste
Then with
my
Gelt,
attention.
we need to get to Eschen. Could use the movement bug to get to Drakenhof, but I kind of want to avoid using like mega exploits to do these guides.
By the comet. Ulrich's will.
Again, this should be
By the
auto-resolvable.
comet.
And don't worry about Tempelhof now. So, exempt it from taxation so it doesn't revolt.
Into the wild. Stay together.
Huntsman
And
General.
then force march this guy over, transfer the units into Gelt. Cool.
Forward!
I shall be victorious.
And yeah, we could probably just auto-resolve this again. Cool. Bit of damage, it's fine. And yeah, might as well loot and occupy because it's gonna revolt.
A successful foray.
Good, that's really useful there because we need that replenishment. Especially for the melee infantry. Okay, now these
Great
guys.
Outdoors.
They're sort of getting worn out because they're just constantly taking attrition. So let's have a look here. We should try to take Drakenhof next turn.
Hunters.
I do not think that they're going to attack us over this turn. So... oh, that's good. I could tag them out, but I maybe don't even need to.
Superb huntsmanship, men.
Huntsman General.
It is time.
Okay, and get Gilt to recruit one, and you to recruit the others, because the ones that this one to recruit will take some attrition. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about this province. This is why I turned it off, because
Mission accomplished.
yeah, public order's bad. Okay, now that that's done, we should go with this one here, because eventually we're going to want to consolidate the province. Don't worry, like I said, don't worry about that. Our new home is over here.
Huntsman General.
This guy's got 2 levels up. Alright, pop it down there.
Huntsman General.
I could tag them out and put them into encamp stance. I won't take attrition that way.
Sir.
Nah. Nah. Again, don't worry about that province. Okay, and
Another hunt.
let's
Another
move on.
trophy.
I found that trying to do diplomacy with the other elect accounts is kind of pointless. They just don't do anything. Like, you maybe get a non-aggression pact here and there, but you can't get them to join wars. Could abandon Steingart, but then would have even more public order problems over here. Cool. Wow, getting that back up here quickly. Alright, yep. Go
Your
with that.
prestige grows.
Because we already
my
had
lord.
one option with
News
that.
of your conquests spreads far and wide. Your developing power is noted by even the
Alright, so
most
there's going to be a
distant
revolt
of
here.
kings and bestial
Wait, where else?
lords.
And over here? Yeah. It's fine. Alright, let's see if there is any diplomacy we can do. So Wissenden likes us, but they're the ones most likely to defect.
but my time is short. Absolutely.
So yeah, I can't get them to join wars. It's one of the most annoying thing about doing diplomacy within the Empire.
I will hear what you have.
By Sigma.
Oh, no, 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 no. I wanted to click join war, but he won't do it. You can't get him to do it.
Aye. Let's hear what you have to say.
No.
What
Piece
brings you
of shit.
before the air? Impossible.
Nobody wants to negotiate with me. Despite all the good I'm doing for the world by punching Mannfred in his stupid traitorous balls. Bald head, whatever, who cares. Okay. Next point. I don't really like putting a point into metal shifting, since I don't really rely on melee damage at all. I think putting 2 points into Plague of Rust so that at least you can get Plague of Rust at 0 winds of magic. It's maybe a little bit better.
I've got a bad
Okay.
feeling about this.
Yes,
And now we make the push for Drakenhof.
I am the supreme.
Okay, what do we got here?
Patriarch.
So there's a fair few forces here. They pushed up to tier 2.
I'll have your soul. You summon me.
Alright. Besiege the settlement.
I shall
Says
be
close defeat.
victorious.
That's fine. How much wins do we have here?
Just
Good, the region's strong. That was
Yes.
lucky.
We're there.
Track and trap. We're there.
Ulrich's will.
Still says close defeat. Both of the guys coming in. No, one of them isn't.
I shall be victorious.
That guy there's blocking it a little bit. I just need to move around this way just a bit. Because I kind of
Huntsman
want
General.
one of them to be able to finish whatever remnants left of him. But I'm not sure if we're going to have enough movement for that. Okay, I think he's here this time. Alright, you know what?
Ulrich's will. I
Let's get rid of him. Just push him out of the way.
Huntsman General. Move out.
He's not going anywhere. And we might be able to get Zofbar to join war against Sylvania after we've won this battle here. So they just come to... Oh, maybe even Clan Ferric. Let me have a look. We haven't actually met them yet. Okay, well, we'll meet them after we've done this.
Huntsman General.
I am the supreme.
So that makes the battle a little bit easier. Now we just have one general to deal with. There's a lot of Graveguard in here, and the Vargeists are a big problem because again, if they come over here and get rid of the mortars, we're sunk. So you got to be very careful. So once again, first thing we got to do, take out just one tower. We don't have enough ammunition on the siege equipment to take out two. So really hug that wall so that you don't go into contact with this. And then just pray to whatever god you worship that those flying units don't come at you. If they do, form up.
Spearmen! Take up your position! Soldiers of the Empire! For the Emperor!
Yeah, unfortunately, our guys are coming from over here. Should I set up over here instead then? No, because this one here is closer to the edge than this one. They'll just have to make their way over here.
By God, Maraz!
I am supreme.
So obviously, we could have reinforced from a better position, but we should be fine. Okay, what are they doing? Okay, so far so good. Make sure they're not on fire at will. Come over here. Now, I could have tagged them out, but honestly, the amount of health they have kind of doesn't really matter since they're a missile unit. A single entity missile unit.
Bolan staff.
Now, this spell here does not do any damage to walls, so don't cast it on that in the hope of like actually doing some damage to it. It won't work. Okay, luckily they didn't even activate that tower. We actually might get over here without a huge amount of damage. Okay, kind of want to move up a little bit just because it's not being very accurate. But the closer we get, the more likely they're going to charge at us. I can't put these guys out in front of it because they're stalking. Just need to suck up some damage. And their lord is over here. That's their job to kill him. Could have recruited another lord, but our money was a bit not great. It's okay if Gelt takes a little bit of damage. Still got more than half my ammo, but we've only... Maybe just get in a little bit closer. Because if it runs out of ammo and we didn't destroy this, that's fucked. Okay, looks like we should be fine. Because I'm pretty sure it starts off with 24 shots. And it does seem to be getting more accurate now. Could always fire manually, but honestly, I find shooting manually without guided shots is kind of difficult. Alright, yeah, we got enough ammunition. There's usually a little bit of wiggle room, so it's fine. I don't really need it to be doing any other damage. If we just take out one tower with it, that should be enough. Because Gelt does so much damage with this. But, once again, before we... Oh, hang on, I don't like what I'm seeing here. Okay, they're going back. Are they coming back? Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, as long as we don't... There's this very small area we can move around now without getting shot. Into the biggest cluster if we can. Oh, shit. I just realized we're supposed to kill the Lord first, so he doesn't use fucking the heck. Just like we did against Mannfred. Good. Actually, you know what? I think it's more efficient if one person shoots at a time. Because, if one shot hits and he gets disrupted, the other shot kind of misses. Yeah, that's doing just fine. And he can't cast spells as quickly as Mannfred. And anyway, he's casting over here, so he's not healing himself. Make sure we keep an eye on that. Fuck, I just need him to die before he casts another bloody Nahek. Well, I guess if you got them alternating shots, there we go. Good. Alright, cool. No more Naheks for him, and let's keep bombing. But he did heal most of their hit points there. So once again, we'll use up its ammunition and then just get off the battlefield. I just don't want to risk it getting killed. Okay, so still end up getting actually a lot of damage. Alright, you may leave. Okay, now... Still got arrows of Akshi. But I need to get a good angle if you want to use it properly. Don't shoot at the walls. Shoot over the walls. Yeah, because I find if you shoot at the wall, it just hits like a crenellation or whatever. It's just not ideal. And we can start using Gelt a bit. And let's move up and move into... Why does that one keep moving? Move into a formation so that if the flying units do come over here, we'll be okay. But now nobody can heal them. Just watch out for the tree as well. They like to shoot them trees. It's probably better to shoot the Graveguard because they're in a tighter formation. That's an area of effect ability. I think I'll use the archers on them because they're kind of in loose formation. Let's bomb the Grave Guard, because that's the highest bounce of power unit. Yep. Okay, move up a little bit more. Another thing that we could do is... Actually, you know what? Don't use you. They're slow at it. Send the spearmen to go and knock down the gate, and then we can use the outriders to shoot through the gate. Yeah, shoot it there because they're less likely to dodge. And then you just take your time and do it right. Or wrong, whatever's your point of view. I could also use Gehenna's Golden House, only 4 winds of magic, but honestly I kind of feel like Searing Doom is more reliable. Good, they're staying put. I thought I told you not to shoot. Just seeing if there's maybe better targets elsewhere. Yeah, like I said, they do have a tendency of dodging. Okay, cool, you've done your job. Move back. Cool, this way they actually get some shots in. Okay, I often find if they've just reformed, they're probably not going to reform again, so that was quite useful. Or I was completely wrong and they just dodged it again. Fucking bastards. Gilt's doing a good job. He's got a lot of kills in so far. Alright, let's start bringing in some of these archers. We don't need to be super conservative with this. I think we got more than enough ammunition. And let's start getting rid of some of the direwolves, because they're super vulnerable to getting shot. And the Outriders have gotten a good number of kills, considering that's all Graveguard. That's very good. Yeah, this is much easier than the battle at Templehof, even though it didn't really give us good odds. We just have more to work with here now. Now that we've got more levels up, we've got more troops. There's much more wiggle room, and also not dealing with Mannfred helps. Or a Vargulf. Good, keep on shooting. Yeah, that did really well. Good. Okay, move back. You're done. Don't get this one off the battlefield. Like the mortars. Because it's still worth a fair bit of melee capability. Only a little bit, but no reason to get rid of it. Oh okay.
At your service!
Thought they were going to come at us.
By my will alone. Feel my ire.
Part of me actually wants these guys to come at us, because the Vargeists should be worth tons of bounce of power. Getting rid of them might cause the army losses. That being said as well, getting rid of all of these infantry might cause the army losses, so we don't even have to fight them. So if we want to do that to the best of our abilities, we probably shouldn't use up all of their ammo, because it'll use up more bounce of power than the guys that have full ammo. think I've still got, yeah, I've still got one more arrow of Akshi. I'll save that for a Vargeist, if it comes to that. Gonna make use of the Solon Runefang on their low leadership dudes. Get back. Also, if you transfer these guys into that other army, before the battle, could have given them 15 extra range. You know, it helps. Oh, shit. Damn it, they did a lot of damage to Gorst. Oh, I should use this. Gorst. Gelt. Wrong G. Stop it. Should have done this actually on that one. Okay, I think that's a Graveguard unit. Should definitely focus on that. Alright, these guys have used up about half their ammo. Let's pull them back and use somebody else. So yeah, a bit of a weird thing, but once they go below half ammo, it uses up way more bounce of power than the first half that they used up. It's a bit weird. So we'll kind of use up the archer's ammo before the crossbows because their ammo is worth less than the crossbows. So we're using up less of our bounce of power, but it's essentially a similar amount of damage. Solon Runefang, and you're out of here. Good. Good, you're out of here. Alright, still got some crypt ghouls over here. Let's go shoot them. Because that's obviously worth way more balance of power than the zombie. And they're just as easy to kill. Good, victory's in our grasp, but still no army losses. Alright, they've used up half their ammo. You move back. Next group. Okay, I'm not being very efficient there because I'm just shooting at freaking walls for the most part. I don't think this is going to be enough to cause the army losses. It just wasn't worth enough. So we're going to have to deal with them. Alright, but if we're going to deal with them, we should sneak up and just use an arrow of Akshi on something and hopefully it just causes the army losses. What's with this one here? Well, we're not getting any more recharge. Yeah, I was hoping we'd just get the army losses, but nope. Alright, what's the range on that? 200 meters. Okay. Alright, well we should start bringing everyone in, just in case when we start shooting at them they charge at us. It might happen. Okay, I might shot my own units there if I wasn't careful. Okay, it's just these guys remaining. And this is why I was saving the ammunition for this. Alright, I'm going to put all of them on fire at will now.
Target and fire! No lingering!
Cool, killed one. Move up, fire at will.
Proceed.
Sigma calls.
I definitely prefer it if you shot Vargeists. Don't worry about the bats, they're not worth much.
Swordsman!
These guys are right behind you just in case they charge.
Missiles will fly! To battle!
Why the hell are you obstructed?
On the hunt. Move. Attack.
Good.
Great swords!
Come on, army losses any moment now. What the f... Someone just keep... There we go. There we go. Close victory with friggin' 11 kills. Just gotta be patient and you can get that done. That is the effective end of Sylvania. They cannot recover from this. All they've got left is Waldenhof. The reason why I didn't go for that one first is because it wasn't strategically as important to them.
A successful sortie.
And might as well loot and occupy because it's going to revolt anyway. Might as well let it happen next turn.
We will not be overcome.
Do not waste my potential.
Ah,
Watch the
fuck.
quarry.
I would have really liked to have catch...
Move out.
Hang on, I might still be able to. No.
Forward.
Yeah, I would have really liked to catch him. To wipe him out. Because now he's just going to... He might make his way over here or something. Because he's strong enough to be able to deal with it. Maybe I should have left him there so I could have beaten him up. But... Well, actually, you know what?
Honor to your ancestors.
Ah, come on, man. I don't want to go to war with the bloody spears.
And what can the Dawi do for you? No.
Man, nobody likes me.
The Empire.
Okay.
The land provides.
Okay,
Huntsman
okay.
General.
So we need
Where
somebody
next?
to be able to launch the attack at Waldenhof. Also, we've got the elect account now of Sylvania, which gives us untainted in the local province, double experience against vampire counts, whatever. Can't give Gelt that one, so shit, I don't know who's who. Well, we've only got 2 of these, so just give it to him.
We will. Huntsman General.
Give it to him. Okay, that's fine. Alright, you...
Huntsman General.
If I force march him over here, there's a possibility this guy could actually attack me.
Sir.
Because he might raise the dead as well.
I am ready.
But then there should be a rebellion here, which will kind of block him.
Is it time?
The other option is transfer the units into this one, because I need him there.
We're there.
Then just get rid of him. And recruit a new one over here. And then this one will launch the attack. That would be good somewhere, but I don't really need it here right now. I can just recruit it later. Let's get another huntsman, because they're so useful.
Huntsman General. We're born to
That's
hunt.
it.
Huntsman General. Foes to track.
Good, we're recovering. Templehof will revolt, so...
Superb huntsmanship, men.
And they'll probably besiege the settlement as well. It would be good if we could deal with it. Maybe this guy here can deal with it. If I recruit some more units, this should be enough to beat whatever's there. Could recruit another lord, but it's a bad idea, I think. Alright, this area here. I can hold on to Faldor for a bit. But we'll see. Anyway, we got a way better province now. So we're gonna want to get growth and repair that. Yep, repair that. Repair this? No, it'll repair on its own. And go with growth here. Wait, that's not... Yeah, that's growth. Cool. As for this, we'll wait and... I might as well tax it now. Wait and see how that goes. And let's see if we can do any diplomacy. No, I don't think so.
Yes, it is good to see. All right.
Surely an agreement will be...
Absolutely
No.
not.
Nope. Okay, so... Okay, whatever. Let's move on.
A successful
Fucking 3 revolts gonna happen this turn. Mannfred might come back this turn. Maybe. Ugh, that's not good. Doesn't matter. The main thing here is just get rid of Mannfred. Because once he's gone, he's never coming back. That's good. That's actually really good. Okay. Garrison's about to be upgraded anyway, so any damage being done there doesn't matter. So that'll besiege, but not launch the attack. Okay, Mannfred's not coming back. There's still this guy here. And... the goddamn the revolt there. Guilt should be able to attack this and reach here this turn. Bloody hope so, at least. Otherwise, you know, it buys them time. This guy...
How to proceed?
Alright.
So,
Maybe he should take out this revolt.
Huntsman General.
Yeah. Let me just see. If I sally out here, just want to see what the odds are like in an auto resolve. Close defeat. Okay, it's actually not all that bad.
you summon me.
Alright, yeah, Gelt, you take this out.
No, I am ready. Are you? Pick up
I
the
should be able to force... I was going to have to force march there in the first place. Ooh, I'm not going to be able to sit inside the settlement, I think. But that's okay, at least he can make it over there.
Time to Huntsman General.
Is it going to be another revolt this turn?
Strike first, strike fast.
Yeah, probably.
Do not waste my potential.
That's okay, we'll handle it. Okay, and come over here.
Huntsman General.
I got a choice here. I could wipe out Sylvania. Hang on, let me see about Clan Ferric.
The great horned rat favors Mimi.
Nope. What about you? You want to get in on this?
Let's hear what you have to say. We'll
No.
All or nothing.
I refuse.
Because, yeah, if he makes his way over here, it's just going to be annoying. Like, we can still deal with it, it's just annoying. Actually, he wouldn't be able to because this lord will be standing over here. Because this should be an order resolve here.
Weapons at the...
Yep.
Strike
Get rid of
first,
that.
strike fast.
And it's going to revolt anyway, so we might as well just occupy it.
Move in, scouts.
What?
I was kind of hoping Gelt might have squeezed in a bit more movement, but that's okay.
Huntsman General.
Yes?
Huntsman General.
How you doing?
Will you join me, men of the Empire? Go on then.
Cool. If we end up losing Feildorf and Fort Sol, we could trade with Karak Kadrin. That item there is way better on Gelt. Cool.
Yes.
Right, now...
Close to track.
Now we've got access to the Knights of More. Well, I'll tell you what, they're better than the Knights of Less. So, I'll see myself out.
Leave no one behind.
Okay, get rid of this. Should be able to auto-resolve it. Yep.
We always had the upper hand.
And I'm fairly sure these guys will besiege the settlement because they have no territory left and they'll attack whatever they can. Okay, that's not gonna revolt. If we put him in there, he can actually get some replenishment. Could use that. No, that's fine. Okay, then get rid of him.
Untamed lands.
Yeah, it's gonna revolt. Maybe I should have looted it. Okay. Then at Waldenhof, we need growth. And let's grab this Archlector and pop him in here. If we can start getting points into... Where is it? The work of... No, not that one. War Eternal. No, that's not it. Blessed Holy War. That's it. Untainted +2, all characters. That'll really help to get rid of all the taint. However, you got to get them leveled up. It's... If you really want to, instead of hiring the Huntsman, you can get Warrior Priest, so you can do that straight away. However, Huntsmen make taking out Sylvania a hell of a lot easier. So that's entirely up to you which way you want to go about. I probably should have switched him out for a for one of them. Yeah, I can't get in there. Yeah, I can't get Lord Master of Metal yet. That's okay. So there'll be a revolt and this one here, but I reckon this one will besiege the settlement. What's the garrison like? Yeah. And the revolt might actually just attack him.
The nation calls.
And over here, looks like we will actually maintain both of these settlements to some degree, so let's start getting them growing. Because we've got a bit of money in reserve, we're just not making much money. Don't worry too much about this revolt. You know, that's why we built that. Not ideal. Probably a good idea to put a huntsman in there. As of next turn, not right now. Okay, moving on. How'd this end up going?
No further in.
Yeah, this is still fucking weird. They don't even dislike me. Look at that.
Out your words,
Well,
so I
don't
can
like
be
me that
done with
much.
them.
No, they won't do it. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, that was really unlucky, but you know, sometimes that happens. And look at that, another hour and 40 guide. But I said I'd take out Sylvania, and here we go. I'm going to take out Sylvania. They didn't get a chance to kill anyone. And they never put their legendary lords back in when they have no territory, if they're wounded. Actually, funny thing here is that that army might actually attack the Greenskins. Cool, makes their job easier if they do that. Oh, there's a thing going on.
I serve Sigma.
Something's happening. Hang on. Well, that would have been useful a turn or two ago, but I mean, you still got Vlad to deal with, so. Alright, so against... let's see. We should definitely try to help them. We've got the money. We don't have a ton of this. Go with that. Man, I don't want to fight it. God damn it. It doesn't look too difficult. I just don't want to do it. Yeah, I'm glad that they actually had some forces here. It's got to be done. Yeah, at least it's all low tier stuff. So, funnily enough, the unit that I'm always saying is a piece of shit, because it is, but the Empire Knights will actually be quite useful here. We just need to watch out for the Centaurs. You might think, why? Centaurs are lightly armored. Yes, but it's very hard battle difficulty, and very high battle difficulty does not favor cavalry for the player. Hey, look at that, they're actually coming back to me. They're not being completely stupid. Good for them. Because, yeah, if we... Oh, you know what? I should have got a huntsman. Yeah, that would have been better. Especially considering there's a bull coming. Or at least we got some guns. Right, Centaurs are over there. Doesn't matter that much if we lose it. But if we win it, we get some of our money back. Wherever you're going, I'll stand with you. We've got a much larger army than them, but they've got some units that are a bit of concern, especially this one here. We need to really aim for him. If I could get some of their stupid Gors to chase after the Empire Knights, that'd be good. That's it, lure them away. I hate how slow they are. Ugh, that leadership garbage. Yep, drawing these two units away is fine. And then we just go around them and come back and these guys don't catch up. Great job. Great job, guys. Actually, this formation's not too bad.
Yes, sir. Quickly.
Faith in the comet! With speed! With haste! Ready to serve!
Alright, guns. And they got one, but I want that dude dead.
Quickly now!
Actually, that's working out pretty well. It's probably going to hurt a little bit. Yep.
Swordsman! Ready.
Yeah, they're pretty good duelists. Get infantry in on them. Oh god, what happened here? Oh, they sent the... Oh, stupid idiots.
Swordsman!
Servant of Sigma!
We are ready!
Okay, now we double back around. These guys are busy. Charge into them.
Swordsman!
Okay, send this guy through the gap here. Get them chasing.
At your
Good, their lord's going down.
Quick march!
Oh, they really fucking pistoliers ran off the battlefield. Still, them losing their lord's a big loss.
Yes, General.
Oh, God.
Quick draw!
Oh, God, I just couldn't do much there, could I? Come on, I need him dead. Get their leadership down.
Awaiting orders.
Come on, shoot quickly. I don't want him to leave the battlefield. I want him to die. Oh, man, that was close. Got him. Some of those shots are actually hitting my own troops. Let's go deal with these Centaurs now. Everything else is kind of gonna be difficult to hit. Good. Glad he came back. Come over here. Go deal with those Gors. Protect these crossbows here as long as you can. Yeah, just keep running them down because otherwise it's just gonna keep coming back. Yeah. Don't want them charging into us. I need the guns. They're our only real damage dealer. Alright, good.
No lingering!
Now what we'll do is come around the back here and shoot those Ungor spearmen herd in the back.
State troops ready!
This looks like it's a win for us.
The Empire ensures!
Yeah, just have him running down units that can't fight back, because there's pretty much nothing else he can do any better. Good. Look, Legend, the Empire Knights got more kills than the guns! By killing units that aren't fighting back. You know, at no point were they the cause of any units routing. It's all good and well to run down an army once you've already won, but they don't contribute to the win itself. Not very much. Alright, that'll do. So it'd be good if this guy actually gains a level up from that, so that I can put a point into the Holy War or whatever. That's how we get Sylvania Untainted. It takes a little while, but with every revolt, get these Archlectors leveled up, and Gelt leveled up, everything will be fine. And that's a much better province for us to start up in. Because of all the revolts from Tempelhof and from Drakenhof. Yeah, good. Oh, that was a good item. Hey, we got to keep...
Servant of Sigma.
Okay. Yeah, it did increase our supply lines. And...
By Sigma.
let me have a look over...
Forward in his name.
Oh, what if we could actually get that? That's pretty funny. I don't think I would be able to. I can't hire any regiment of renown or anything, and I'm actually trespassing in the territory. Don't trespass. Yeah, sorry for trespassing in helping you.
Champion of the faith. Right.
I should have switched him out for another one. That doesn't matter. What are the chances that we can beat the garrison here? I reckon with a huntsman I could.
Praise be to Sigma.
that's a bit of a push. Just sack the settlement. You know what? I'm only here to do a bit of a guide. This was a weird thing to have happen. Just don't worry about it. That was weird. Where was that fucking dude? Give it to me. That peasant. Give me that. Okay. Now, time to clean house over here.
Move.
Protector.
At this point here, it doesn't really matter if the melee infantry get wiped out. There we go.
Champion of the faith.
Blessed Holy War. Nice. Then kick him out. What's his strat again? Regal. Doesn't matter. Kick him out for this guy here who is nice and strong. Because that is the end of Sylvania. I could have brought that guy over here as well, but you know, just keep him where he is. End of Sylvania before turn 10, as promised. Now this is very reliable. I did this a bunch of times. If you follow the steps exactly, should be fine. I never had the von Karsteins declare war on me, but I just know that somebody's going to do this and be like, the von Karsteins declared war on me. It might happen if you're weaker than what my armies were. The weaker you are, the more likely they are going to declare war on you. Same thing with Sylvania, they'll declare war on you if you show up with a damaged army. So make sure in these initial fights here that you really push it to take minimal damage. That's very important. Now that guy can go. Oh, I didn't put the fucking point into it. It doesn't matter, the guide's over. Okay, we've done what we came here to do. Right, but yeah, don't forget to put the points in, because all of that is, if you have a look at that, see how it's providing 7 untainted from characters. That's just because of guilt, and it would have been 9 if I had put that other point in. So that's really helpful. And there's still going to be loads of revolts, so every time there's a revolt, just bring in some more archlectors and just keep getting those revolts in here. So that'll be next turn, and then it just alternate between the province. Get guilt leveled up, get the archlectors leveled up. You'll make your money that way just through fighting battles. And of course, as soon as guilt gets to rank 16, he becomes super powerful. Now, a lot of time with Gelts, people do tend to go down the blue line first. I would highly recommend going down the magic line first and getting Lawmaster of Metal and Quicksilver. It is good to get Lightning Strike, but we didn't need it at any point in this particular strategy. Now, after having done this, I would probably want to put the smackdown on Vlad, but he's probably not going to declare war on me just yet. But yeah, just keep, send someone down here to keep an eye on him, whether you recruit a hero or whatever. Not that I can recruit a hero right now, but with Mannfred out of the way, for the most part, the Imperial Authority is not going to tank. Ostermark will probably survive for the most part. I mean, there's always a chance that the Wargrove of Woe or what are they called again? Bone Rattlers will take them out. Ostland will probably survive. Stirland is definitely going to survive, because if Vlad ends up at Vertbad, you go attack Schwarzhafen. Averland is going to survive. Taking out Mannfred is like 90% of the problem that you'll have in a Balthasar Gelt campaign. Like, this is going to be so much easier from now. Even though this province here is really not looking good, we could lose. It's not making us much money anyway. We could lose it, and it's totally fine. Because this is, when it's fully developed, is going to be worth way more than Fildorf. And also, these guys here are likely to declare war on them if they do that. And you can actually, I don't know if you can tell them to give it back to you. It doesn't matter. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Hope you learnt something. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps you. And appreciate you, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.